Okay, this is coronavirus climatic conditions worldwide and current spread rate. Based on the Times Atlas of the World, 9th Comprehensive Edition, and YouTube Rail Lab stats, active case counter, no, real-time counter. Okay, what I'm going to concentrate on here is Southern Africa, South America and Brazil. As you can tell, this is Brazil right here. So, and the next place I'm going to look at will be India. There's New Delhi in India. Now, as you can tell, I have now moved all the way to Brazil, the Brazilian map, which is page 118 of this book. And here is Rio de Janeiro, one of the most populated cities in that country. I don't know if you can see it with this. There, see this little dashed line right there? That, let me double check before I say that. Yep. That little dashed line right there is a tropical line. Below it is the temperate zone. Between it and the other northern tropic area, and then north of the northern tropic area, you have the northern temperate zone. Respiratory illnesses are predominantly a temperate zone illness as far as being major illnesses goes. Okay. Let's see my other page here. Now here is India. Down here is that same area right here. Going across right through there is the tropic of the northern. It separates the tropics from the northern temperate zone. As you can tell, Delhi, India is in the temperate zone of the northern hemisphere. Again, these are well-known areas where respiratory illnesses are more common, which is in the temperate areas. Now, I just stick with this over here. As you can tell, got my hand over there. As you can tell, the U.S. the temperate zone is approximately here and up, and approximately here and down on the map of the globe. This here area here is in the temperate zone. That includes places like Spain, southern Brazil, the United States, Iran, part of Saudi Arabia, part of India. Now, for this counter thing, I got it up here on the thing so I could show you which countries are where and everything like that. Now, the United States is just now entering its respiratory virus primary infection as far as the year that it goes on. And we've already took 200,000 dead, and we're probably going to take at least that many more this year. By the time we get through wave 1 for this year's season, and wave 2 usually occurs in late January through early February. So phase 1 for the United States starting this new season, this is what we see. As you can tell, India's up there, Spain's up there. Brazil was actually should be declining now. They should start declining in Brazil because of where they're located. They're located in a southern temperate zone, but it is getting hot. I mean, it's going into summer. France is in the northern in this wave that should be coming up in the next couple of months, as is UK, Russia, even parts of Mexico are. Argentina is in the southern hemisphere, so they should see a break from this based on when respiratory illnesses generally hit these places. Then, of course, Netherlands is in the northern hemisphere, Ukraine's northern, Belgium northern, Sweden's north. Peru is actually in the tropics, which just kind of surprises me there. Then you got Bangladesh, Colombia. Again, they're in the tropics. Israel's not in the tropics. It's in a temperate zone northern, so it's going to probably see increased casualties. Indonesia is in the tropics, so they, as big as their population is, you can see why they have such a small actual death and infection rate and recovery numbers. Iraq's in the northern temperate zone, so is Italy, Iran. Puerto Rico is not. It's part of the United States. It's actually not in the temperate zone. It's in the tropics. South Africa is in the temperate zone of the southern hemisphere, which means they should start seeing declining numbers and fewer super spreaders. Honduras is actually in the tropics. You keep going down through there. Turkey is and Czech Republic are in the northern temperate zone, so they should see increased casualties soon. Bolivia is in the tropics. And you can keep going there. Portugal and Germany are in the northern temperate zone, so they should see an increase in cases. So is Poland, Lebanon, Romania. Well, most of these, as you can tell in the big list there, are in the temperate zones. The only of all those in the big areas, I guess all of them were in the temperate zone, or at least part of their country was. And I can't use, there's no point in using the New Zealand and Australian data because they crack down just in case. Well, basically, that's all I've got to say. Based on Real Lab Stats YouTube channel and on the Times Atlas of the World 9th Comprehensive Edition, which I think is like 20, 30 years old or something like that. 1960, 70, 94. Yeah, this is a very old one. As you can tell, there's the stuff on that. Okay, so what we can expect to see, as you can tell, I could say Brazil will probably start to go down in active cases and in new infections. India, Spain, France, U.S., Russia, Mexico, Argentina's in the southern, so it should be declining as well. The Netherlands, almost all your European countries and stuff fall inside that temperate zone. Here we go. And the map out of this atlas. As you can tell, here's that line I was talking about, this northern tropics versus the northern temperate zone. As you can tell, it goes through part about 40% of India is inside of it, mostly up in the Himalayas, to include the capital of New Delhi. I think that's what they call it, Delhi or something like that. Anyway, it resides in the temperate zone of the northern hemisphere, which means its situation is going to get worse, not better. Even with crackdowns, you're talking about it's going to get worse, not better. Brazil is, there we go. Brazil is here, right here, and it will now go into a summertime. And as it does, its casualties should go down. Its infection rate should go down as well. Not infection rate, but infections aggregate, meaning the total number of infections per day should start to decline. That's pretty much it, folks. That's what you're up against. Tell us what's out here. Have a good one.